rabbi that recently passed away, only in the year 2018, August 2018. Lamed Ab, the 30th of Ab, is the rabbi's Hilula, a really great tzaddik, righteous rabbi from the city of Bet Shemesh, and really did so much to strengthen this amazing, great city of Bet Shemesh, where I live in Israel. Nowadays, in modern day, it's probably one of the fastest growing cities in Israel, very much Torah orientated and filled with yeshivot, and so many different mikvaot and so many different Torah institutions, and much of it could actually go down to the heroic work that Rabbi Shlomo Kakoon Z'tl actually did throughout the years. He was born actually, I believe, in the year 1964, passed away in the year 2018. He was only 54 years of age, and he very much was described over, he established huge amounts of religion energy into the city. He established kashrut organizations and strengthened the kashrut over there respectively. He was kind and close to many other people, many of the great sages of Israel. He was very well connected with the political party Shas. Over there, he was very much dealing with many of the great rabbis that were close to it. Over there, he was the secretary of the religious council in Bet Shemesh, and he unfortunately was reported over he suffered from serious illness before he passed away. He was actually born, I believe, in 18th of Kislev, if I'm not mistaken, back in the English year 1961. Came from great heritage. Also, his father was Rabbi Masud Kakoon, and his mother was Rabbanit Miriam Kakoon. Really great people, and they were one of the oldest families in the city of Bet Shemesh. Bet Shemesh used to be a much smaller city back in the days of yesteryear, especially in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, respectively. So they're very much an integral part of this great city. And it was a very small town at that point in time. Rabbi Masud, his father himself, was an example of a rabbi that really had great hirat shamayim and brought many people close to the Torah in of itself. Many people would have remembered his father as a rabbi that just spoke emet, brought about kindness and helped so many others, did so much great gimulot chasadim. And it was actually many years beforehand, when Rabbi Shlomo was very young, he must have been in his early 20s, they saw the potential of what a rising force, what a great rabbi he could have been, and what an impact he can have in the city in itself. He was very talented rabbi, and what's interesting is all these great talents it was reported over, he used it in raising the Torah in the city in of itself, in every single specific matter. He strengthened the various different synagogues at the time, and obviously now it's a city where there's probably at least 1,000 synagogues, at least in the entire Bet Shemesh in of itself. He gets a lot of credit for it also. He established communities of a kihilot, as they call it, in Hebrew. He established kashrut organizations and strengthened kashrut, made sure there'll be Tudat kashrut in many of the various different places, and now pretty much everywhere in Bet Shemesh, I believe, would have a kosher certificate. Mikvaot, also very important to have ritual baths all over the place. So he actually strengthened that very much so, and was an integral part within regards to this, and addressed all the different Yahadut, the Jewish matters in the city of itself. I believe 21 years before he passing, he was actually elected to serve as secretary of the religious council in the city. So that's interesting. At that point in time, he would be about 33 years of age. It's a position apparently he held throughout the time. He was working pretty much all the time. There wasn't a fixed hours with this great rabbi over here. He was non-stop, had the interests of the city and the public needs in hand, and every aspect of Judaism in the city, he really did try to strengthen. Also, he gained a closeness with the great Rabbi Shimon Biton, who actually was basically his right-hand man and really helped him very much so. He consulted him in all the different matters. Also, he wants to hear the Da'at Torah opinion for the city in of itself. What's a Torah opinion? What's a right Torah way to go in? So he was very much in consultation with the great rabbis of the vicinity also, and wouldn't actually do anything big moves without hearing the main great rabbi's opinion in that locale in of itself also. They say that it's very interesting that everything he defined the religion came at a really great rate at this point in time, help people find their paths to their life, how to increase the Yahadut, as we've spoken about in of itself. It's actually, even while he was suffering from his illnesses before he passed away, he kept still his daily routine over there. Throughout, he was just working non-stop for the city, but unfortunately, the illnesses overwhelmed him towards the end, and he passed away, I think, he actually passed away on Shabbat in August 2018, if I'm not mistaken, also, which was very, very sad. This was happened, obviously, 6 years ago. At the time here, I'm recording here in 2024 it was. So he passed away on a Shabbat in himself. He left a family, a great Torah family, also, we have to point out. And obviously very, very devastating for everyone in the city. He was actually buried in Bet Shemesh in the local cemetery over there also. And there was a very, very large crowd of people that came from all the neighborhoods and the communities. And many of the great Rabbanim of the area of Bet Shemesh in of itself did eulogize him, gave him very, very great eulogies, I believe, including the rabbi of the city, Rabbi Shlomo ben Ezra. He actually eulogized him as saying about the amount of self-sacrifice he actually had the great wisdom that he worked with, also noting the great work he did, especially for mikvaot, Shabbat, kashrut, and the chachma, the wisdom he had to try and grow the city into the great city is in modern day. Also, another great rabbi, Rabbi Shlomo Swisser, also, who happens to be the rabbi of the Givat Sharet neighborhood in Bet Shemesh itself, spoke about the Torah and the Judaism, the Yadut. Even when there was difficult times, he actually was there the whole time for all the residents of the city. And he was a person that actually brought Achdut in the city. He succeeded in uniting the various different communities in the city itself. Actually, the mayor of that specific point in time, he's now, I believe, the deputy agricultural minister in the Israeli Knesset, Rabbi Moshe Abutbul, someone that we've had in our channel before to address us on a couple of occasions, said that just showed he didn't have any working hours, Rabbi Shlomo, in and of himself, defined working hours. He was working the whole time for day and night for the residents of the city. And just he was actually mentioning over the various different times when he was needed at 2 a.m, and he was straight there, immediately stopping everything that he said, and just mentioned all the great kindness that he did in his whole life, basically. And he actually quotes different verses to illustrate the great kindness of the great rabbi himself, as in like lot amat in of itself, that how he was the whole time he was wide, he was just had just goodness in his nature the whole time. That was very much what he represented, just a good-natured rabbi in of itself, someone that's there the whole time. And he passed away, as I said before, in August 2018, 30th of Av, just before Rosh Chodesh Elul is his Hilula. He is 6 years since he's passed away. Please don't forget to light candles in his memory. Learn more about, if you guys are watching this from outside of Israel, learn more about the great city of Bet Shemesh in of itself. Great place if people are thinking of making Aliyah. There's a Ramat Bet Shemesh, there's a Bet Shemesh itself, and this is a rabbi that very much had a huge part in growing the city and making into a great Torah area in of itself in modern day. Rabbi Shlomo Kakoon Z'tl Tzadik Livracha. And please subscribe to the channel. We've covered about 350 rabbis of the great rabbis of yesteryear. So wishing all blessings from Israel and have a great day.